So if you saw the first installment in the Project Sunny series, you'll remember we hinted at a few unique clues on this vehicle that can help you figure out which episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia it appeared in. In fact, we actually showed you pictures of it in that video. And they're all visible in this one snapshot I took the day I towed it out of the junkyard. Starting at the front, you can see that the hood is missing its Range Rover lettering that's supposed to be there. This hood's actually been repainted at some point and the letters apparently never got replaced. Second, this novelty plate was mounted to the front bumper when I first got it. And as you can see, it's still mounted to the bracket itself because the hardware is so rusted on. Now, both of these telltales can be seen in Season 3, Episode 11. Now, looking down the right side, there's even more clues. First, the wheels on mine were the correct color match 5 spokes when it was used for the show. Now, the green wheels got swapped for these blue ones before I bought it. But most of the Range Rovers you'll see in the series use the gray painted 3-spoke wheels that were standard for so many years. Next, you'll notice that the rub strip on the right rear door was probably reattached at some point with weaker foam tape than the factory installation. In fact, this molding was missing well before I bought it. This is obvious in Season 3, Episode 2 of the show. In that same scene, you can see that these pinstripes don't carry across the fuel door. Now, most of the other Range Rovers used in the show didn't even have pinstripes, so this is a great telltale. So there are the clues. And now that we've told you which 2 episodes we know the car was used in, we're going to dig into it, tearing it down further so we can start to tackle some of the structural repairs. All right, well, if we're done playing Trivial Pursuit, let's take a look at what we've actually done with this truck in the last couple weeks. The real work needs to start at the back of this vehicle, particularly where the lower tailgate meets the cargo floor. The cross member that mounts the body to the frame is almost completely gone, and you can really see how extensive the damage is with the tailgate off. I pulled the headliner board to get to the bolts that mount the upper tailgate hinge to the roof, and that's something that needed to happen anyway. The board's still in pretty good shape, and I definitely don't want to damage it by working around it, so it's out. And with the upper tailgate out of the way, I was able to move on to the rest of the rear bodywork. The D-pillar trims and the rear quarter windows came off next, and that revealed some fairly minor corrosion damage, mostly around the right side window frame. It's nothing compared to the lower parts of the body though. Now, speaking of lower bodywork, I went ahead and removed those black plastic rocker moldings. Now, this is where you really see the extent of the corrosion damage. You know, these rocker sills are pretty much gone, especially on the driver's side. Prefab patch panels are available for virtually every place a classic Range Rover typically rusts away. And believe me, every one of these old trucks rusts in the same places. Where there's not an off-the-shelf solution, well, fabricating our own small repair panels should be pretty straightforward. Now, I've already ordered a new cross member and it's on the way. But before I start cutting and welding in this area, I'm going to take the fuel tank out. Seems like a pretty smart thing to do. So that's where we are. You'll have to check in next time to see how it goes. Better yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel to get an alert as soon as the next episode goes live. And give this episode a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. And for more information on any of the tools and products you've seen here, head on over to eastwood.com.